very pleased that the major players are fired up over Joe Hendry.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest set for one fall. Introducing first, from Atlanta, Georgia, Jonathan Gresham.
Edges. Sorry, it's stuck in my head. It's stuck in my head. Meanwhile, Jonathan Gresham has got a lot of friends here in Atlanta, Georgia, as he gets ready for action here in center stage on Access TV.
His opponent from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, Sheldon.
You know, I have a lot of conflicting feelings going on right now, and I'm going to work through them with my therapist this week over Joe Hendry and the major players and everything that just went down. But I'm going to be a professional, turn my attention to watch one of the best professional wrestlers I've ever seen come through this company, Jonathan Gresham. And quite frankly, he's looking to make a little bit of a rebound from Hard to Kill.
Had a great matchup against Eddie Edwards, who we'll see compete later on tonight in the Golden Six-Shooter match. Eddie Edwards ultimately came out with a win at Hard to Kill. It was pivotal because we talked about it at Hard to Kill. Jonathan Gresham had yet to lose in singles competition here in Impact Wrestling, and frankly, he'd not lost in his hometown of Atlanta since 2018 before that match. So to a degree, that gave Jonathan Gresham pause. So right now, Sheldon Jean showing a lot of disrespect. There's obviously a size disadvantage, but Gresham's used to this.
Of course, and not only that, you have to imagine maybe that result at Hard to Kill, maybe that sent a little ripple through the wrestling world. Jonathan Gresham is a respected performer in this business, but maybe, especially with that Atlanta record you just mentioned,
shoulders down,
no longer being there, maybe it's a little break in the armor, if you will, of Jonathan Gresham. Somebody sees a weakness there, strike while the iron is hot for young Sheldon Jean here.
And let's think about this. Jonathan Gresham has had a very difficult past year. He was heralded as maybe one of the greatest Ring of Honor World Champions ever, loses the championship, and then has to pick up the pieces, decide what to do with his career. Ultimately, sign here with Impact Wrestling at the conclusion of 2022. How do you think he's dealing with all of this?
I mean, it's a lot. We constantly, not only the travel, the physical preparation for pro wrestling, but all the tumultuous ups and downs of the business side for Jonathan Gresham. It's a lot to overcome. But if there's anybody who's got, look at that, the discipline, the mental fortitude, it's somebody like the Octopus.
Everybody's the same size when they're down on the mat, and Gresham taking it to Jean, who grabs at the bottom rope. Jean coming in a bit of a hot shot, I think. Has got a handful of years of experience. He's competed in pro wrestling. Noah, he was a former prep school basketball star, except he turned down his chances to go after a basketball future. He attended the University of Windsor solely to be closer to a Can-Am dojo to learn this sport, and right now continues to disrespect Gresham.
I mean, credit for Moxie for Sheldon Jean here. Style points indeed, but you want to get styled on, Jonathan Gresham's the one who's going to do it.
And Jonathan Gresham, trying to pop his nose back into place. The drop kick to the left knee of Jean, and a great opportunity here for Gresham, who can absolutely dissect you.
And, you know, speaking of that nose, let's not forget the damage done to that nose in that matchup with Eddie Edwards back at Hard to Kill. It was a hard-hitting contest between the two of them.
Yeah, just 2 weeks ago, the Boston Knee Party ultimately ended the matchup. Jean clearly did his homework. Credit to him. Now taken down here by Gresham.
Talk about doing your homework, the thinking man's wrestler, Jonathan Gresham. Oh my God!
Hyperextended the left knee. Oh, and a shot right to the back of the neck. Gresham showing a lot of aggression, and he puts away the competition.
Here is your winner, Jonathan Gresham.
I love this response. Gresham came out pissed off tonight.
Point made.